Severely weakened from years of civil strife, Maquis rebellion, and war with the Klingons, by 2373 the Cardassian Union was reduced to a third-rate power, unable to defend their borders and by some accounts even suffering food shortages on their homeworld. In addition, due to their proximity to the Bajoran wormhole, it was entirely possible they might become the first major target of a Dominion invasion fleet when they began their inevitable war for the Alpha Quadrant. Deciding that something drastic needed to be done, Gul Dukat, a prominent figure in Cardassian politics, with connections both to the military and civilian factions of their government, overthrew the Detapa Council by negotiating a deal to voluntarily bring the Cardassian Union into the Dominion. This mutually beneficial arrangement would leave Gul Dukat as the unchallenged ruler of the Cardassian people, while the Dominion gained a much-needed foothold in the region from where they might launch a full-scale invasion of the Alpha Quadrant. At first, this relationship proved beneficial, as Dominion reinforcements allowed the Cardassian Union to finally crush the Maquis rebellion and recapture all territories lost to the Klingon Empire. In addition, the Dominion brought food and necessary supplies, with many believing that at last their years of scarcity and hardship were at an end. Meanwhile, after being swiftly defeated by Dominion forces, Chancellor Gowron was ready to retreat into Klingon space and prepare for a fight to the death, but was instead convinced by Benjamin Sisko of Deep Space Nine to re-sign the Khitomer Accords and once again ally with the Federation to face the approaching threat together. Although war had not yet been officially declared, the Federation-Klingon alliance was determined to prevent the arrival of more Dominion reinforcements from the Gamma Quadrant. However, their initial plan to collapse the wormhole was sabotaged by a changeling infiltrator posing as Dr. Julian Bashir aboard DS9. Fortunately, the deception was eventually revealed and the enemy agent destroyed when a number of prisoners, including the real Dr. Bashir and General Martok of the Klingon Empire, escaped the Dominion penal colony and returned to the Alpha Quadrant. Still needing to stop ships from coming through the wormhole, the Federation Alliance came up with a plan to litter the area with self-replicating mines, fully aware this would be seen as a hostile action and provocation. And so began the Dominion War, with Gul Dukat alongside Weyun of the Vorta overseeing Dominion forces, beginning with an invasion fleet sent to capture Deep Space Nine so they might destroy the minefield. Opposing this invasion would be the Federation, whose forces were led by Admiral William Ross, and the Klingon Empire, whose warriors followed General Martok. Realizing they were unlikely to win the opening battle at Deep Space Nine, the Federation Alliance decided not to defend their position, instead hurrying to finish placing the minefield around the wormhole and abandoning the station, arranging for the computer system to be sabotaged before the arrival of enemy forces. Then, with the invasion fleet distracted at Deep Space Nine, the Federation Alliance sent their ships to destroy enemy shipyards at Toros 3, thereby making it a costly victory for the Dominion. As the war escalated further, the Dominion quickly found themselves in the superior position, winning the vast majority of early confrontations, including their victory in the Tyra system against the 7th Fleet, destroying 98 out of 112 enemy ships. Fortunately for the Federation Alliance, their minefield was proving difficult to dismantle, and so no new enemy reinforcements could arrive. In addition, the Alliance found some success in smaller-scale confrontations, successfully destroying individual shipyards and Ketracel White facilities. Eventually, this led to a shortage that threatened to destabilize Dominion forces, as jem'hadar warriors were known to go mad without the white. Nevertheless, the Dominion were largely winning the war, as the Federation Alliance was constantly pushed further back into their own territory. In desperate need of a significant victory, and knowing that the minefield was all that kept Dominion reinforcements from flooding into the Alpha Quadrant, Benjamin Sisko, recently promoted to adjutant to Admiral Ross, organized Operation Return, gathering a Federation Klingon armada to retake Deep Space Nine. Unfortunately, Chancellor Gowron was hesitant to commit so many of their ships to a single engagement, and so Sisko sent Commander Worf and General Martok to convince him to send his forces. However, as the fleet was gathering, Sisko received a message from trusted friends who had formed an Alliance resistance cell on Deep Space Nine, informing him that the Dominion were days away from destroying the minefield, which would mean thousands of new ships brought in to join their war effort. Believing they could not wait for the rest of the armada to assemble, Sisko led nearly 700 Federation ships into the battle, determined to do whatever it took to stop those reinforcements from coming through the wormhole. Although they fought well, the Federation was badly outnumbered and defeat was all but assured, if not for the late arrival of the Klingon fleet, which allowed Benjamin Sisko aboard the Defiant to pass through an opening in the enemy line. Much to their disappointment, the crew soon learned that they were too late and that the minefield was destroyed. However, Sisko refused to retreat, instead ordering his ship to fly directly into the wormhole, where the Defiant would await the 2,800 Dominion ships coming through from the other side, in a desperate last stand to eliminate as many enemy vessels as possible before they passed into the Alpha Quadrant. However, due to the special relationship between the non-corporeal aliens known as the Prophets and their emissary Benjamin Sisko, he received a vision while inside the wormhole. When the Prophets made it clear they could not allow the Sisko to die, he convinced them to intercede on his behalf, causing all Dominion reinforcements to instantly vanish and would prevent any future enemy ships from passing through the wormhole. Shocked and utterly perplexed at the loss of their reinforcements, on whom they were depending to win the battle, the Dominion quickly abandoned Deep Space Nine and retreated into Cardassian space. All except Gul Dukat, who suffered a nervous breakdown after unexpectedly losing the battle and watching his second-in-command, Damar, kill his daughter Zayal after she admitted to working with the enemy. Do your shopping on Amazon? Then why not check out the CivilizationEx store page, linked in the description box below, where you can browse through recommended fantasy and science fiction books, audiobooks, movies, TV shows, and more. Or else you can always use the Canadian, American, and UK Amazon links, where you support the channel with every purchase at no extra cost to you. So if you do your shopping on Amazon anyway, why not use the link below and help support CivilizationEx? A special thanks to all those who contribute to CivilizationEx, like Fred Heartless, Knight of Iron and Ice, Johannes the Juvenile, Barachado, and the Frostfang Tickler. If you'd like to help CivilizationEx, click on the Patreon link, and please be sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and click on the links to see more.